On behalf of Military Family Services Europe, I would like to congratulate you on your posting to Belgium and welcome you to this presentation, Preparing for an Outcan Posting to SHAPE in Casteau, Belgium. This session will not cover particulars of BGRS, Children's Education Management, or D&D specific information, as these items do not fall under MFSE's responsibility. During this session, we are going to introduce you to the MFS SHAPE team and how we can provide support and services to your family while posted to Europe. The MFS team has experienced the many facets of an overseas move, and we understand the feeling of the unknown that you may be experiencing during this very difficult time as well. Making a move to a new country is both challenging and exciting. It is normal to feel nervous, excited, frustrated, energized, or all of the above. Each of the phases of this posting has its own unique joys and demands, and we want to reassure you that you aren't going through this alone. We are hopeful that by the end of this presentation, some of your questions will be answered and you will have access to information and resources that will continue to help along the way. This map depicts the number of Canadian families stationed to Europe as of 2019 under the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services umbrella. These numbers change each year depending on the postings and family makeup, but on average we have around 550 plus families across Europe. MFS SHAPE serves approximately 89 families who are posted to SHAPE, as well as remote postings in France and Luxembourg. The current makeup of our community is 12 children ages 0 to 3, 39 school-aged children 4 to 12, 27 teenagers aged 13 to 18, 15 single members, 17 couples who are empty nesters or couples without children, and 12 families living in Paris, Lille, and Luxembourg. Although the Canadian community at SHAPE is growing and it is a strong and active community, it is still a small presence in comparison to other nations here on SHAPE. SHAPE is a multinational base, and many people, adults and children alike, find a community and friendships with people from other nations. The yellow star on this map of the area shows where SHAPE is located, and the purple star is where the American base, SHIV, is located. As well, we have plotted most of the areas that Canadians are living so that you can see the areas and understand where you might be looking to live. This is not a complete list, but intended to show you where you'll find the most people are living. You'll notice the red perimeter, which marks the outer limits for finding houses. It's important to note that SHAPE is located in the small town of Casteau in Belgium, but many people live in different surrounding towns. The rural roads between the towns are often narrow, windy, and they make commuting times longer. Whereas people who live near the highway or on larger roads may have the ability to travel faster and in more direct ways, but there is more traffic on these routes and frequent construction. The places that are highlighted will have a commute time of 10 to 35 minutes, depending on the variables that I mentioned above. This being said, there's not one good or bad area to choose to live in. It will be a personal choice based on a complicated equation of available housing for your family size, access to services, commute time, and personal preference. The housing department will provide support in helping you find appropriate housing while on your HHT. Once you receive your posting message, you will be able to inquire about your housing options, size, rent ceiling, etc. from the housing office. If you do not yet have a posting message, please be patient and wait before contacting housing, as they are not able to give any information before the posting message is received. However, prior to this, many people enjoy looking at the real estate links to give you an idea of houses in the area. It's important to note, however, that the houses on these sites are not likely to be the houses that are available when you are here on your HHT. They may not fit the requirements or be supported by housing, or they may be in a neighborhood that is not recommended. Many Canadians end up with a rental that was previously rented to other Canadians and thus will not be listed on any site. The housing office will be aware of any Canadian houses that will be available for your APS, and they will be able to recommend those ones that have a good history, as well as removing the ones that have had problems in the past. Just to reinforce, these sites should be used only for interest's sake, and all questions about housing should be directed to the housing office only after a posting message is received. Houses are generally different than in Canada, and you should expect a few things so that you are not searching for something that may not exist here. 1, houses are generally smaller than in Canada. 2, tile in all rooms is actually quite common. 3, there are usually limited closets and storage. And 4, bathrooms are separated. The water closet, or WC, will have a toilet and a sink, and the bath or the shower will be in a separate room entirely. It is not uncommon to have a toilet with no sink or a sink with no hot water in the WC. Employment. Employment opportunities are limited in Europe. However, there are a few positions reserved for spouses with MFS, PSP, and the Canadian detachment here at SHAPE. These positions are often filled quickly, but with constant postings out, there's a likelihood that something will come available at some point during your time here. Currently, you will find spouses employed with MFS. There are 5 positions. PSP, 3 positions. The medical clinic has 1 position. The orderly room, or OR, has 2 positions. Housing office has 2 positions, and the CO's office has 1. The laws pertaining to spouses working on the economy in Belgium are different between Brussels and SHAPE. It is not clear at this time if spouses from SHAPE are even allowed to apply for a work visa because of the special agreements in place between the 2 governments. The AJAG is looking into this further, as there is a lot of confusion on the topic. For now, spouses should assume that they are not permitted to work on the economy, and if that information changes, we will update families and the information that we provide as soon as possible. Although we do not have any spouses who have done this yet, spouses have the option of working at NATO or the Canadian Embassy in Brussels, but a secret security clearance is required. You can start this process in Canada now, or wait till you are on the ground in Belgium. Simply reach out to MFS in Brussels, and they will connect you with the right individual to start the process. We have provided the link to MFS and search for Brussels in the comment below. Working in Brussels could be an option for spouses, but they would need to factor in the commute time into their home selection as well. Education in schools. School in Belgium starts at 2.5 years old. Canadians with young children can choose to register their children in the local communal school at age 2.5 free of charge. This is not an option for the international kindergarten at SHAPE. This school also offers classes from 2.5 years old, but there will be a fee attached. Please contact the school for fee information. Most families will go to SHAPE school at SHAPE, and there are a variety of schools offering different languages and curriculum. Some families will choose to send their child to the Belgian schools for full French instruction, or the British or American section for English. The Canadian school, on the other hand, offers both English and French languages, whereas the American high school is in English only. For more information on what school options are available, please look at the SHAPE Today website and contact Children's Education Management. They will provide info on registration, curriculum, and calendars. Please note, you will want to plan ahead and look at what grades your child will be completing during your posting and what requirements will be once they return to Canada. In the past, those with high school-aged kids have noted that they wished that they had looked into the high school requirements closer before coming. Kids graduating from the American high school will not meet the Canadian requirements for high school graduation, and this may impact their options for further studies and/or require additional online courses while out Can to ensure that they stay on pace in Canada as well. Children's Education Management will be your point of contact on this. Please reach out to them with all questions. The links to these resources will be listed below in the notes section. Here are some of the links to our various social media and virtual platforms. We strongly encourage you to visit these sites, where you will find a wealth of information, including the contact information for the team responsible for the support in your area, as well as Children's Education Management. We also encourage you to like Military Family Services Europe on Facebook, so you can begin to receive information on what's happening overseas. This is your team. We are the staff of your MFS SHAPE team, and we look forward to meeting you on your HHD. In the meantime, please reach out with any questions, big or small. We all know that this is a stressful and complicated time, and we hope that we can ease your transition by providing information and resources. Good luck, and we hope to see you soon.